The Crafty Boys, we drink beer and talk about bullshit. So, there we go.
Here.
Hello, boys. Alan is in the house. I'm here, and Keith is over there in the Grand Rapids, Michigan location of White Rock. And special guest, friend of the show, Todd is here today, who is hopefully going to drink beer as well. Although he is already drinking.
I think he's already drinking beer. What are you drinking?
Santa Sack.
Santa Sack.
Drinking
No,
Santa Sack.
Prolonged Christmas.
Exactly, as it should be. Keith, what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking some Glenfiddich 5-year, I believe.
5-year.
Yeah.
Cradle robber.
Consider it.
I did not have inappropriate relations with anyone.
I didn't remember that beer was completely innocent. And of course, tonight, Alan and I will be drinking a wide variety of Fat Tug.
Fat Dog.
Because why not?
I blame my choice on YouTube because it's still giving me Santa ads.
You can have this one next if you want.
We'll see.
It's quite good.
Ooh.
You're not trying.
But then
Yes,
it
that's
won't
true.
be Christmas.
So, hello, boys. How's it going? What has been going on this week? It's been a full week since we've been live, or Saturday, or whatever it was. Are we all feeling like the world is not going to end?
No.
Um,
The world's going to end.
I think the world is going to end. It's just, is it going to end soon?
Good point. Sorry. Let us clarify.
Checking. I'm a glass 1/3 full kind of guy.
Okay.
I mean, what the doomsday clock ticked up, didn't it, recently? We're now seconds to midnight instead of like a full minute to midnight. So I mean,
yeah, we're screwed.
Yes.
we might be getting closer to the U.S. bombing Iran or Iraq or one
No,
of those-
some heroes with their uniform shirts clogging toilets have delayed that.
What?
We are currently 85 seconds to midnight.
85 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
So less than a minute and a half. And depending on how the next, month and a half goes, we could be getting closer.
That and he now wants to take over Cuba.
Well,
That's right. I read that earlier about the whole Cuba thing. Is Cuba rightly to be concerned?
Well, they have no gas because he's embargoed them. So
Right, because they were getting fuel from
Russia and
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Yes. So does that mean Greenland is next? Todd, tell us all about the healthcare system in Greenland.
Well, it's good enough that the U.S. Navy surfaced a submarine and had a crew member evacuated to a medical clinic in Greenland. So I guess if it's good enough for the Americans.
Yes, Todd was regaling us with the story today of the gentleman from Greenland who was invited to Mardi Gras. When is Mardi Gras? Is that in January?
Yeah, I think so.
that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
okay.
He was already there.
And he had a tragedy in his family where his mom passed away due to
Misdiagnosis.
a misdiagnosis. She lived in Greenland. So in his grief, he talked about how that meant that the entire healthcare system in Greenland was a failure and everyone was dying.
And the guy that was listening to him was the governor of Louisiana, Tom Landry, who, for whatever reason, has been designated by the Orange Blob as his envoy for Greenland affairs. So they thought, we must rescue Greenland. So
Exactly. So, anyway, it was aside from the tragedy in his life, the rest of it never happened and was fabricated or something.
What? Something fabricated?
The
What?
ship was in dry dock for repairs.
the two of them, the Mercy and the Comfort, one is in dry dock and one is currently tied up alongside both in deep repair mode. So even if like New York City had a major event or whatnot, neither of these boats could come to their aid. So
All right, so that brings us to
We're sending a
75
hospital
seconds
ship,
to midnight.
a hospital ship, the USS Nimitz.
no, the Nimitz is being retired.
Oh, is it?
Is the
Okay,
Nimitz
well, I don't
retired?
know. Fine, pick another aircraft carrier.
Well, you don't want the Gerald R. Ford because all the toilets have been clogged. Brand spanking new space age, $13 billion. And let's just say the video that I've seen is not fit for
Maybe they're sending.
podcasts.
Maybe they're sending the Walter Mondale. Isn't that a laundry ship?
I have no idea.
According to it's a Simpsons reference.
Oh, okay. The world. Nothing in the Simpsons is ever wrong.
We're just waiting on that funeral.
So, aside from what's going on down south with our neighbors, what else is going on? Honestly, I've been working a lot this week, so I don't actually know what the hell's going on in the world. Keith,
I've actually kind of had my head in the laptop as well. Kind of been working pretty heavily.
It's the same as the week before. The world is going to hell in a handbasket.
We're just closer to hell.
And if you think that things can go any lower, they can.
Damn it! I knew it.
And that's really about it. So instead of worrying about what's going on with like
Drink.
political people, yes, drink and enjoy what little bit. Now I have to say, you and I did something last weekend that we've been wanting to do for a while.
Is true.
And so we went to a place here in Victoria called Pinhalla.
What?
Which is a pinball place. I don't know.
We went there for Alan's birthday last weekend
I was
They
not
have,
invited.
because you were working.
Oh shit, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. We should go. I'd like to go again because they have pizza and beer, and my wife can't have pizza and beer, so I didn't have pizza and beer. But and it was also when we went, it was like midday, and
Yeah, if we went in the evening, it would be more
Yeah.
appropriate to get loaded and eat pizza.
yes. So I think we should go next time Shane's in town. We should go. Boom.
And
have pizza
also,
beer.
I'll call it a sister location, although it's not related to the organization. But it is the what are they? What is the one in Vancouver called? On
I don't
Commercial
know what
Drive?
it's
I
going
can't
to be
remember
called.
now.
It's going to have like 70 pinball.
Yeah, so there's a
machines.
pinball place opening up at Venables at Commercial. So, Keith, we shall have to go.
Let's do it.
I want to know more about. I enjoyed myself thoroughly playing. I enjoyed the older machines better than the newer ones.
Yeah.
The newer ones are very much, a lot of electronics and all kinds of stuff, but the older ones had a lot of that, the mechanical stuff, and I enjoyed that a little bit more, mainly because, you know what it was? It was because the bulk of the tables were not necessarily, especially the Funhouse one, like they were not branded as like Jurassic Park
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff.
They
So
weren't
I-
licensed.
yeah, I kind of enjoyed these unique ones, and they had about 6 of them or so.
So Funhouse came. So of course, in the early 80s, video arcades started becoming a thing, right? And in the late 80s, they were everywhere. And a lot of arcade owners wanted to start putting pinball machines in there because there used to be pinball arcades back in the day. But they wanted stuff that was more modern for the time. So in the late 80s, like Williams Pinball, which, Williams had been popular in the past making like arcade games like Defender and Robotron, they started getting back into the pinball game. And they started making a whole new generation of pinball machines. Funhouse was one of them. But they also made like Attack from Mars, Medieval Madness. They like a lot of those tables are in the top 100 pinside tables of all time. So yeah, and some of the more modern stuff is on there as well. Like Toy Story 4 is like ranks higher than Funhouse, which I don't agree with myself. For me, Funhouse is one of my favorite tables.
I enjoyed it because the mechanical ones are the ones where the ball got stuck every once in a while. Like you could have it so that if the ball got stuck, you could actually shift the machine without it complaining. Where the digital ones were, I did it on one because the ball did get stuck.
And they shut down.
It didn't shut down, but it did. There was some warning on the
Tilt,
the little thing.
Yeah.
So, which flashed really fast. So I'm assuming it's a tilt, but it comes that in.
Well, what people used to do way back when, like 50s, 60s on those pinball machines, is they would actually pick them up, and so the ball couldn't drain down the middle. So they had to. They had to engineer
now
a
they've
way.
got a mercury switch.
Yeah, now they engineered a way to prevent people from doing that. So if you pick it up, it tilts the machine and basically ends your game.
Right.
But it'll do that sometimes. You can just shake it and stuff. But I think that's the whole idea of pinball is that you're supposed to be able to sort of like, put your hip into it and everything and make the ball move that way.
Right. Okay.
There was a bar in Seattle about a decade ago, and I'm sure it's still around. I've only made one trip to Seattle and like an overnight trip since I moved out to Vancouver, I guess a decade ago. Beautiful bar, and it was all featuring pinball machines. Just like pinball machines everywhere you go, and even the tables were designed sort of like a pinball machine, which was, I thought it was a really great theme.
How many pinball machines exist today? Like I'm not talking about branded. Like, is it still popular enough where like properties like say Jurassic Park, it's almost a certainty for, say I don't know, not Star Wars, or maybe let's pretend there's a brand new Harry Potter-esque property that gets made into a movie or a TV show. Is that sort of a standard thing that actually gets made? Like, is it okay? Here's we're gonna do the marketing blitz. We're gonna do these things, and get a pinball game design.
I think it's a real possibility. I mean, there's maybe only a couple companies that are making pinball machines now. Stern is probably the biggest one, and they probably put out about 2 or 3 a year. So they're not like putting out, stuff for every single licensed property that's out there. You're probably unlikely to see something like, say, Funhouse or Medieval Madness that aren't based on a licensed property anymore, just because of the amount of money that it takes to engineer these things.
That's actually kind of what I was wondering. Like, how long does it take from, say, hey, let's make a kitten-based pinball game to actually shipping it out the door? Like, how long does that actually take?
I have absolutely no idea.
Says there's 7 companies right now.
7 companies.
So Stern's Pinball.
Yeah.
Jersey Jack Pinball.
Yes.
Spooky Pinball.
I never heard of them.
Chicago Gaming Company.
Yes.
American Pinball.
Yeah.
Pinball Brothers or Pendretti Gaming. And Multimorphic.
Never heard of them.
And
I have heard of none of those.
And they put out titles such as John Wick, King Kong, Star Wars, Harry Potter.
There's a John Wick.
Well, that would be awesome.
But I mean, the ones back in the day was like Williams, which isn't around anymore.
Did they get bought by somebody?
No, I think pinball kind of died out for a while.
Okay.
Along with
it's not a particularly growth market at the moment.
It says it's booming.
It's booming now.
And a new Stern machine runs you about $7,000
US.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and to ship it to you, it's $90 billion.
In Canada, if you were to buy a brand new machine, you're looking at minimum $15,000 Canadian.
Bloody tariffs.
And they cost a lot to maintain because, I mean, you got this steel ball running around in there. possibly breaking things. So,
Actually, in the game that I played, Funhouse was one of them, but there was a couple of other ones I played where the ball actually bounced, like it just hit. I don't know if it was me hitting with the paddle or whatever, but it ricocheted where it did hit the glass.
Yeah.
And I suspect that a few too many of those, and you're going to hit it, and the glass is going to shatter.
Unless it's tempered.
Well, it would be tempered, but it would still break though. It hit enough times. Say if it was ricocheting in the same spot and hitting them roughly the same way. But it definitely, I mentioned this to you before about there was definitely one machine where the ball was being automatically shot out the whatever you call that, the chute. Because I had locked a ball and it was giving me the second one.
Yeah.
But you could hear the internals going, and then nothing would happen.
Right.
And and on the little orange screen, it said that I had multi-ball, but there was no multi-ball. And eventually, and that was the weird thing, eventually 2 balls came out at the same time, and it took it a few hits to get the balls out of the runway there. So there's definitely machines to repair. Like if you were to
extremely hard. Like I wouldn't own one unless I knew how to fix it. Like as a technician. Or if I was going to own one, I was going to open up an arcade. I'd want somebody who was a technician to go in on it as a partner with me, because maintaining these things is really expensive. And if you're running a business, you can't afford to have one on your floor out of commission for 2 weeks while you're waiting for a service ticket to.
Are there pinball machines at the other location?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In fact, they have Medieval Madness is there, which is considered to be the best pinball machine of all time, according to Pinside. But I mean, it has problems there as well. In fact, it's not an original. It's I think it was a re-release by Chicago Gaming Company, but it's originally made by Williams.
That is very cool.
And same with Attack from Mars. At Quasar's arcade, they have the Attack from Mars. They had the Revenge from Mars at Pinhalla, which I'm not all that familiar with. But yeah, the Attack from Mars.
Have you been to the Neon Ranch?
Out in Central Saanich?
Yeah. Says they're
I have not.
Says it's currently closed and they're moving to a new location.
Yeah. Now they have some.
Sorry, what's Neon Ranch?
Neon Ranch is a pinball place.
So like Cordova Bay, sort of Martindale Flats. Or
I've seen their stuff. They have. I've seen their stuff on YouTube, and they have some really older machines. Like a lot of their stuff is like pre 1985, like going back into the 60s and 70s.
Originally, it was in a barn.
Yeah.
Okay, that's way cooler than whatever.
They have mostly like the EM machines. So before like the resurgence.
So Keith, I'm picturing you walking down. What is your hometown again? Sorry,
Windsor.
So I picture you walking down the streets of Windsor in the middle of winter and minus 35 weather and t-shirt and shorts, going to the local pinball, locale. Were there any of those back then?
Not that I'm aware of.
So you never went out and did a pinball bender?
So we had an arcade in the city that we would go to. You should probably stop picturing me in just a t-shirt and shorts. It was usually a sweater and shorts at -30.
Oh well, all right then. Okay, sorry.
Parka?
Yeah. No parka, just a hoodie and shorts.
I
But-
recall
so we had a pinball machine in the arcade, but we didn't have anything that was dedicated pinball arcade, if that makes sense. Like, I think there was maybe 2 pinball machines out of the space, and the rest of it were arcade games.
Well, you guys remember Johnny Z's?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So Johnny Z's, which was an arcade here in Victoria, was like the arcade. Had a bunch of pinball machines as well, but I think they only had like maybe 10 to 12. Is that jive? with
I
what you
remember
guys
it
remember?
had something like, I would think 6 maybe, but yeah, I mean,
I remember it had,
they're always at the back.
yeah, it had Terminator 2, Star Wars.
Yeah. Wasn't there an Indiana Jones one?
Yes. I want to say I had Bride of Pinbot, which was at Pinhall
Yeah,
as
I
well.
saw that one. I played it.
And I can't remember what else.
But there were definitely, I mean, pinball overall, I think in my experience was kind of a thing. Actually, I don't know what pinball machine it was, but many, many years ago, we went to, I've forgotten who I was with. You could have been you guys. I don't remember. We went to a strip club named Monty's,
Oh yeah, they had the pinball on the back,
and they had the pinball at the back.
and you spent more time at the pinball machine.
Exactly. I was so bored because watching people take off their clothes is fine, but it gets kind of tired after, I don't know, 20 minutes. And so I went and played pinball, and people were complaining, "Why is he playing pinball?" And I met some people that were kind of in the same boat of like, whatever, yeah, they're gonna take off their clothes again. So you got any quarters? Like, let's play some more pinball. It was fascinating. I just really wish I remembered which
I don't
machine
think
it
the
was.
Fox had pinball machines.
I don't know. I'm not.
Wait. Well, I was too busy picking up people being thrown out, so
What? Oh, that was the Fox. I was carried, not thrown.
you were carried. This is true.
Yeah.
And I arrived, and all I was told was, "Where's Todd?" He's like, "He's over there." And then you could see a bush and then feet. It's
But there
not
was still-
cool when you throw up on the stage.
Oh,
While she was dancing.
oh,
Oh,
Yeah. Todd was trying to keep up with some hardcore drinkers. And
And it
failed.
had been a hot and sunny day. I had no food in my stomach, no Gatorade, no nothing. So the only contents of my system were beer, and more beer.
yeah.
Rock and roll, but no pinball there. That's really sad.
Where did
Which
we
that
go
place
for-
is gone now too.
Where
There's,
did we go for your stag party? Was it Fox or was it Monty's?
it was
Fox.
the Fox.
Fox.
Long may Monty's rest as the building burned down 10
years ago now. Yeah.
Has it really been 10 years?
And the Fox closed down about 5 years ago. So there are no nudie bars except for one location apparently in Nanaimo.
Yeah, that's the only one on the island.
Because now we have the internet,
Yeah.
and you don't need to.
That's right. You don't need a bunch of bored
You
nerds
just need,
who are
you
like,
just need to go to the hub.
I could get this at home.
You just go to the hub.
Actually, I remember with Locke, who sadly was not able to attend the show today. He was in Vancouver, probably, I don't know, this might be around the Olympics, somewhere in there. And he said, "Hey, let's go to that famous strip club called Brandy's." And I said, "Okay, sure." So we were wandering around downtown. And so to get to Brandy's, and this is why I think there's the mystique of this being the exclusive
We went to
celebrities
Brandy's when we
go
went to a
here. You did?
Is that the one where you got that massage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have to get in the elevator and you go all the way up.
No, she did it
No.
right there on my bar stool. I was watching the girl.
No,
do
to
her
get to the actual
Oh yeah. To
Oh,
get
I don't
to get.
remember that.
Yeah, it was either
There's
long stairs or an
long
elevator.
stairs of the elevator around
Yeah.
the sidewalk there. So tell me more about this massage you got, Todd.
It was totally legal, clothes on. While I was sitting at the on my stool there watching the pretty lady, put all of her years of dance lessons and her daddy issues.
I went to Juilliard for this.
And she came up, and I can't remember, was it $20 or something? And she was very attractive too. So there was a lot of sex sells, but I wasn't going for the extra services. I just really needed those shoulders loosened up.
Nice.
Just to roll back, May 5th, 2019 is when Monty's burned down.
2019.
And
Wow, man.
and to this day, they haven't found the caretaker.
Yes, they think he either fled the country or burned up in the fire. or
Well, it
something.
was 1,500 degrees for a day and a half. That's a lot longer than you needed a crematorium. So.
That's true. So tell us about your strip club adventures there, Keith.
Got a friend of mine, a male friend, was a stripper and had invited me to the strip club in which he stripped at.
Cool.
It was right beside the university, so easy access. It was, yeah. I mean,
So you went and watched.
I went there, I watched him do his act, and I got bored.
Yeah, that's my experience with getting bored. Which, by the way, since he's not here, when Locke was living in this city, in Vancouver, he liked to go to an event called Rent Check, which was at some famous hotel on Hastings Street, and which I can't remember the name of. But Rent Check was amateurs. So if you wanted to go and strip, you showed up early, you told them this was the song you were going to strip to, and you put your name on the list, and eventually they'd call you up for your time. Locke did it to the William Tell Overture. So, and I said, well, why didn't you tell your friends? Like, there were some people that could have gone. He's like, I didn't want anyone to be there that I knew.
Can you blame him?
No, totally couldn't blame him.
On a similar vein,
I don't know.
It's-
Please don't say vain.
nude bungee jumping tomorrow at the Nanaimo Wild Play.
Mm.
There's a couple of employees of the queue who are jumping for charity.
Yeah, I think if you do it, you get some prize or something, isn't it?
Well, it's money towards charity.
Yeah. So yeah, I've not done it, but I have gone to see it. Mainly because for some reason, I don't know why it was, but I was driving to Courtney, maybe to see Dave. I can't remember. But as I was driving on the highway, you can see the jumpers off the highway, not too far away. So we did stop and watch them for a little while. But because it was really amusing. People some people you could tell really didn't want to do it, and some people were really excited to do it. So, and I don't mean that in a crass way. Excuse me.
What do you got?
Hoyne Pilsner. This is a beer.
What? Really? In a can?
Told me it was cola.
And hang on, I gotta get my
Well, I'm into a
Eyeballs
Hoyne,
on
I'm
it.
into a Hoyne Helios.
Hoyne Helios, yes,
Yeah.
which is a dark lagery kind of thing.
It says golden.
Is it? Oh, sorry, golden. So
It's-
this
it's
one
very good.
here, on the third night, I handed my sweetie a tall, slender Pilsner, perfectly poured while holding it up and gazing either at it or threw it at me. She said softly, "You are so fine to me." It was hard to tell if she meant it to be heard. What the hell? Ambiguity, thy name is woman, I nearly uttered. Whether she was speaking to me or to the beer, it was merely. Okay, I'm sorry. Did AI write this?
I
It
don't think
claims
so.
that Sean Hoyne, the brewmaster, did it. I call bullshit on this. The deal was sealed. I could not. I
It helps if you read it right.
I know. I promise it's text on a really weird background. I would make it my life's work to make a fine beer. Anyway, you know what? Let's open it up and drink it.
How many have you had already?
This will be my third.
Oh, this is your third?
I started with nutsack.
Santa's ball sack.
Santa sack. Oh God. Who makes Santa sack?
Ridge.
Yeah, Ridge.
Uh,
Bridge.
It's a it's beer.
It's a very good beer and very powerful, potent.
That might be true. So I could die today. I could
I don't
just
think
expire.
you're going to.
Beer won't kill you? Oh, good.
We've had this debate with friend of the pod, Julian.
That's true. Julian has definitely weighed in on whether or not you can die with beer by drinking beer for two reasons: too much beer, or go do
By
it. Keith.
contracting a bacteria via a foodborne illness. The argument was put forward that you cannot die from bacteria from a beer. And
Because, and I quote, there is no known pathogens that can survive in beer. And Keith, what did you find?
I walked in and said, yes, there are pathogens that can survive in beer. And what was it? Streptococcus that can survive. And so you can contract a foodborne illness through beer.
And how did that make you feel?
I felt fine. I felt like science justified my stance.
Were you vindicated?
I mean, I didn't hold this very dear belief. I just put forth the opposing argument and provided proof.
So which ones did you have, Keith, for the pathogens?
I believe it was Staphylococcus that can grow in beer.
What did you find?
Bacillus cereus.
Yeah.
E. coli 0157.
Yes.
Have had, no fun. Salmonella. Archobacter. Oh, yes. Staphylococcus aureus. Listeria. Low alcohol unhopped beers. And then spoilage organisms, harmless to humans but ruin the beer. I think that's the bigger threat.
Ruining beer is always a bad idea.
Lactobacillus pectinatus, zymomonas.
Wait, back it up. What?
Lactobacillus.
That's what they use to make sours.
Yes.
Lactic acid bacteria that can cause turbidity and sour flavors, particularly in lower alcohol and less hopped beers.
Yes, and that is exactly.
I don't know if that would be called a pathogen. I mean, it's purposely put in the beer to make it go sour.
Right.
But can it hurt us?
If they increase the concentration or go over a certain concentration, then that probably is going to create an illness.
You're going to ruin the intent.
Yeah.
So basically, at the end of the day, we need to enact the lysine contingency, and all the beer makers will die off.
And then it would be the end of humanity. We would rapidly progress through those 85 seconds.
People are dying.
That was a deep cut Jurassic Park quote. Congratulations, everybody. If you got it, you win nothing.
No points.
Because we have nothing. We're broke.
So I just want to make this comment because Shane, I don't know if you feel the same way, but going from the Fat Tug, which was a West Coast IPA, to the Pilsner, was it like a shock to your system?
We should have gone the other way around.
I think so. Yeah, because now I feel like I'm drinking water.
Yeah, I mean, that's called. Well, I mean, the flavors of the Hoyne are very tasty, but
They are.
the king of all beers, and I will fight to the death on this one, the Fat Tug, is like this is not just a beer. Driftwood has made. They've thrown down the gauntlet for people.
They've made perfection in a can.
Yeah, and it's always been since the very beginning of the show, back in 2015, that we are spoiled in our neck of the woods because I've had some beers that have come really close, and I think that Color and Shape from Superflux is probably the closest, if not an equal. But I will if I were to give it a choice, I'd default to Fat Tug. But overall, I think that there's definitely something to be said for being spoiled out on the West Coast because I mean, there's great beers I've had at different places, but I don't know. Nothing just seems to come close to this particular brand of beer.
Yeah.
So yes, going from that to this, nothing wrong with the beer, but it's being overwhelmed by the Fat Tug, and
totally.
my brain keeps saying, why is there
Yes.
why is there more Fat Tug?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, going from an S tier to an A or B tier,
Yeah,
you're still going down tiers.
and sorry, you're on the Glenfiddich today. You said
I am, yeah.
where's the bottle? Have you displayed the bottle?
I have not displayed the bottle. The bottle is in the kitchen, and
All right, that's okay. Fine.
I've been summoned.
You've been summoned.
No, I have to finish that one first.
Yeah, just finish the beer. You can't leave mid beer.
This is a nursing situation.
You have to nurse somebody?
He has to nurse the beer.
Oh,
Longer this
All right,
lasts,
everyone,
the
let's
longer
take a
it's-
sip. Here we go.
Pinky's out.
Oh, Pinky's out. Yeah.
Oh, that went down the wrong way. All right. What else is going on in the world?
We maybe have little tea saucers.
I'll bring out the fine china next time.
Make it a little more refined.
Keith, what is on your mind this week for what we can do to save the world and make it a better place? Or are you like me that's like we're beyond? Actually,
I think we're beyond.
I sadly watched a video last week about David Suzuki. Somebody basically made a mini documentary about David Suzuki's commentary from, I believe, last year, where he said that we've gone too far in the wrong direction, and we can't save ourselves now. That the planet will definitely hit those marks of 2.5 degrees or whatever it is Celsius.
Oh, we're going through that.
And
we're bypassing that,
and we're so, and that's it. We're basically done, like as a species. Like once we do that, what I think it was about 150 years or something, that are we're doomed, and to have children today and to create genetic lines going forward is a bad idea because they will just end up suffering. Although my comment to that is like, who cares? We'll be dead anyway. But ultimately, we're screwed.
The human race has roughly 50 years of life left to it.
Good thing I've only got 20 to 30.
Well done on that quote. Humans will become the alien trash of the galaxy.
I've never trusted humans, and I never will. I can never forgive them for the death of my boy. Sorry.
Hello, Alan's firstborn. We got some bad news.
You heard of the Genesis Project?
Wow, we're going deep on Star Trek.
Which reminds me, I have an Academy episode on my PVR, DVR, VCR.
Oh, I haven't watched Academy.
It's growing on me, but it's overwritten.
Okay, so doesn't all Star Trek series have to grow on you first? I mean, like,
Yes.
all
But
of
this
them
one,
have taken like 3 seasons to actually get good.
I'm not one to go conservative, MAGA, whatever, but it was too woke for me initially.
So, okay, so I want to talk about this. Okay.
All right, let's hear it.
Because people said the same thing about Discovery.
Really?
Well,
Yes.
Discovery had the first gay couple, they had the first
Oh.
non-binary actor,
So did 30-something.
I'm going to say this.
in Star Trek lore.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna say this. Okay, the problem isn't wokeness with New Trek. The problem is that it's too emotionally aware.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I hadn't heard
So-
this.
So
Okay, interesting.
Star Trek has always been woke. I mean,
Oh yeah, like
even
Nichelle,
from the
Nichelle
original
Nichols,
that's not the issue.
the first interracial kiss on TV in 1967.
I haven't watched Academy, but I did watch Discovery, and
But then you have to watch Strange New Worlds after. Although,
the problem that I have.
it goes Discovery straight to
Actually,
Academy.
you don't necessarily answer.
Yeah.
The problem I had with Discovery is that I said it was like Star Trek for women. It was very sort of emotional. There was a lot of relationship stuff in it. It wasn't all about the science fiction.
I agree
It
with
was
that,
like
yeah.
characters doing their thing, like, oh, I like you. It's very soap opera-y. So, and that's not woke. That's just the type of storylines that they're creating in New Trek.
Okay, let's define what bad writing due to the message, as I've heard it called. Where I think to define wokeism is really more or less. Actually, I didn't think I would talk about this at all, but the BAFTAs were held a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And the film that was getting all the awards is a film called I Swear, which is, I've forgotten his name, but basically it's a story of somebody who has significant issues with Tourette's syndrome, where they wrote a film and had a film made basically to describe how Tourette's basically destroyed their life in a lot of ways, and how he overcame them as an adult and this kind of stuff. And I haven't seen the film, but I hear it's amazing. However, at the BAFTAs, the film was nominated for everything and it won a whole bunch of stuff, and he was in the audience. And when I want to say Cuba Gooding Jr. wasn't that? Who's the guy that played Creed?
No, it's
that actor.
Isn't that Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan
Yeah.
and another black actor came out on stage, and after about 4 or 5 seconds of them talking, that gentleman, where the film I Swear had been made about his life, yelled out the N-word. So the controversy about this is that he did it a few times, not necessarily the N-word, but he did shout out a few times. So he said, hey, I'm going to take myself. Is there somewhere I can watch where I'm not in the main room? Because I'm nervous. It's triggering my Tourette's. I really should be elsewhere so I can participate, but not necessarily interrupt. And so they did that. But of course, because he used the N-word, the caring empathetic world of the woke sort of stuff. Now, I'm generalizing in a huge way, so I'm not necessarily correct, and I've been drinking beer. But they turned on him. Like, he was being honored on one thing, but because of his condition and because of what he said due to his condition, an involuntary thing that he can't control, they were like wanting to have him drawn and quartered.
And then I seem to remember the broadcaster apologizing profusely the next morning for.
Oh yeah, no, and so did he, but he apologized, and the only way he could is that, look, I'm sorry, it's not me. This is my condition, and guess what? My film won a whole bunch of stuff, including Best Picture. That was the whole point of me making this film, was to talk about what kind of hell people with really bad Tourette's can go through, where he was getting arrested because police would walk by and suddenly he'd start shouting at them, "You pigs, blah, 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 get a donut," and then he would get arrested and thrown in jail but he would try to explain what was going on. And at the time, it was not a diagnosable thing. Like, there was no condition for it. So I found it very interesting that the people that were there to honor him suddenly turned on him because of one word. And I'm not saying that was a great thing. I'm not saying it was a good thing, but it was an involuntary thing. And I think that there should have been a bit more grace from those who wanted him to be, I don't know, canceled or
also,
whatever.
isn't it a perfect example of his condition?
It was a total perfect example of what
So
he goes
instead of
through.
a teachable moment, they turned it into
Exactly.
a mob moment.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of discourse online in the past few days about it, especially by black commentators who are basically the YouTube channels. But this is what they talk about all the time, is pop culture and all this kind of stuff. But every single one of the ones that I've seen have said, we got to get over it. Like, we know exactly why it happened. It's something that is terrible, but it's hurting him more than anyone else. So why are we suddenly turning on this guy who's trying to explain in a movie that got made that we need to turn on him at this stage? We should be in this. This wasn't some random racist dude walking into the auditorium and screaming the N-word at any black actor who was there.
From him, it did not come from a place of hatred.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wouldn't say it's from a mental health reality. His is more of a neurological reality.
Yes.
But still, it shows in so many regards, whether we have ways to go in acceptance of everyone's reality of existence.
So
I'm getting more deep as I get drunker.
Excellent. But I just wanted to illustrate that particular situation as what wokeism is, where in order to be caring and empathetic and accepting, that's great. And I think most people actually do that just because we're not jerks.
Actually, let me roll back on the term woke when I was describing. So Star Trek show. We'll rewind.
That's why I'm going back to that. Yeah.
So we'll rewind the tape on my term of woke. I will, as ordered by the judge, I will rephrase the question, or I will rephrase the statement. Virtue signaling.
Go get him.
Virtue signaling. So the very first episode of Academy that I watched. So I will retract. Let me withdraw the word woke, Your Honor. I will say that it was an overwritten first episode from a virtue signaling point of view.
Which part?
Without giving too many spoilers, there is, but spoiler alert, so there is a gay Klingon who is very lacking or questioning his self-confidence and abilities. He doesn't want to be a warrior. He wants to be a doctor.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm a doctor, not a warrior, Jim, goddammit. So I from my point of view as a lifelong Star Trek fan, I think it was just putting too much into one character. They were trying too hard.
I would agree somewhat. But let me rewind even further, just to go back to the
Original
the
series.
writing style.
Let's rewind even further. We'll go back to amoebas.
So we're going back to
We're rewinding right back to the beginning of the episode.
No, it was Paris and Captain Janeway.
But anyway, the point being is that
The point being, don't cross the transport barrier.
Exactly. But wow.
Let's vent dry plasma.
So I want to bring up the TV show Willow. So because here's the thing. If you were to take the show Willow and play it beside Starfleet Academy. Starfleet Academy is now here's the thing I want to say about that show is that it does border on being a little more message heavy to try and encourage or to basically tell us how we should be. But we have to remember one thing about Starfleet Academy is Starfleet Academy is about a bunch of young people who are basically going to university, and they are young, and
They're referred to as kids the whole time.
Exactly. And hang on. And the show Willow was about youngish but far older characters who were beating the audience over the head repeatedly about, I guess, acceptance or something. I don't know. Because the actors were not directed very well. Now, in their defense, they were saying lines given to them. So
yeah, they don't write their scripts.
And they were it was horrible. And to the point where Disney actually removed the show from their streaming platform, which to me is weird. Like, to me, that's like, well, okay, if people didn't like it, just let it sit there. Maybe it'll find an audience later. No, they were like,
They're like, no, we need the hard
We're out.
disk space.
which kind of points to that somebody at the higher levels watched it or watched some of it that, whoa, wait, what are we doing? This, oh God, this is, who wrote this? Is this somebody's cousin? Who? Bring them in here, you know, that kind of thing. And so the show died, and I went into Starfleet Academy with very low expectations. Because if you've watched Star Trek TNG, the very first season of that show, you would agree that, what are we watching? This is horrible.
Yeah.
You could actually skip episodes.
There were
and not
men in
miss anything.
skirts, man.
But
Even DS9 and Voyager.
exactly,
when they started.
every show that I
Yeah.
watch, they get a first season. If it's terrible in the second, then I'm out. But the thing is, I had to really take Starfleet Academy and go, okay, this is not a show about a space station. It's not a show about the flagship of the fleet. It's about none of that. It's about a bunch of kids who are going to Starfleet Academy that's been closed for eons because of the backstory. So it's kind of a cool idea that you get to see characters like Kirk or like whoever. Because here's the thing, the gay Klingon thing, I think is actually being balanced very well. But here's the thing, there's gay characters that are much older in other series. They all went to school somewhere, and they were trying to figure themselves out. So I think it's actually fair to say that that character, they're riding a fine line of, we want to write a character that has these characteristics, but we don't want to tell the audience to basically love it, you know? So I'm trying not to spoil it, but because if you
I
haven't
do
seen
have
it,
a question for you guys.
Yeah.
If you guys have seen it, I don't want you to spoil
I think
anything.
I've only missed the last episode.
Yeah, I haven't seen the last one yet.
So yeah,
The Return
Okay.
of Tilly.
I need to
Okay.
know why the fuck there's a Jem Hadar teacher.
She's a half Jemadar.
She's
She's half-
Jemadar
why?
Klingon.
Why doesn't she need Ketracel White?
Uh,
Did they explain
okay.
that?
They have not,
no,
to be honest.
but I would imagine in the 900. No, not 900.
It is,
Close
it is
to-
900. Yeah, 930
No, but
something.
it's 900 years from Discovery time. It's not 900 years from the Next Generation timeline.
Oh yeah.
So,
So
it's
it'd be
about
like
750 to 800.
I would assume that we will learn that eventually, but possibly
After I would
they
imagine
fix it,
after
like-
the end of the Dominion War, something whether Odo managed to
Because I thought the Jem'Hadar
They were
bred.
to be addicted to the Ketracel,
Yes.
and they were all male.
Yes.
So how can you have a female? I think
Well, because she's not entirely.
Yeah,
she's
she's
not
half
full
Klingon.
Jem'Hadar.
she's half Klingon,
She's half Klingon. So there is some nuance in there that you could probably come up with.
and she's lesbian, and she loves French food.
Oh yeah, I'll spoil this one more thing, and that'll be it. The Jem'Hadar is gay and dating what's her-
Tig Notaro.
Tig's character.
It's funny
in
as shit.
Discovery.
It's funny as shit. I just remember, who would have thought Klingon French cuisine fusion would be a thing?
My favorite line is, "Oh, I came back to pick up something I forgot, but I found two
Cadets who are in
really deep shit."
shit.
Anyway, my point being, the show is worth watching.
It grows on you.
And I think the only thing you have to tell somebody is
Give
just
it time.
remember this is like people right out of high school. And then a lot of what happens can be forgiven because I think that a lot of the assumption is they want like Pike on the fucking bridge of the Enterprise running around yelling at people and blowing
Spock.
shit up and being worried he's going to turn into a chair. But
He's seen his future. He's seen his future.
But I like the fact. I mean, here's the thing: we've had 3 shows that were all on a starship doing something, going from the Delta Quadrant backwards, 5-year mission, and actually 4 shows if you count New Strange New Worlds, and actually 5 if you count Discovery. But then we had one show that was about dudes on a space station.
They were
So-
basically stationary.
And so another show being about kids going through training at Starfleet Academy is actually not unusual and kind of cool because it's something totally different. Whether it's successful, I have a suspicion it will be, but I still think that
We'll see
it's worth
because
checking out.
It draws back into the unfortunate real world. Paramount Plus, the now creators of Star Trek, just got
Okay.
purchased by the
by
Trump bumper.
they didn't purchase. They were already owned by Ellison. They purchased Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So, which reminds me, Netflix walked away from that deal, but they still get close to $3 billion because apparently there was a clause in the deals like if this doesn't happen, you still pay us $2.8 billion for the privilege.
So
Which was basically a punishment to the stockholders.
current time might still be going on. They have wrapped in Toronto for season 2 and Academy.
Okay.
And the staff and staff and crew wrap party is tonight. Ongoing as we speak.
Well, that's kind of awesome.
And
honestly, I think that show deserves to have
and there's
several seasons. I don't.
But there hasn't been a decision on a green light or a cancellation for season 3.
So do you guys both have like Paramount Plus?
Yes.
I
got it by accident.
No, I got it
How-
able back either through Crave or CTV Sci-Fi.
Oh,
I did.
I bought it outright. I was like, it's $99 a year.
Having
So it's
said
not
that,
a whole
I
lot.
did get, because my PVR buggered up and I missed the last 20 minutes of episode 2. I paid for 1 month of Paramount Plus for $12.99 so that I could specifically watch the end of episode 2. And then I promptly told my PVR to record an extra 30 minutes beyond the end. But then Jen absolutely pillaged.
So you have cable?
Yeah,
So is
Jen
it-
pillaged 2
Is it
seasons
on
of
Crave?
Landman. I
It's
think I get it on
it's
CTV
probably-
Sci-Fi.
It's,
No, I went on CTV Sci-Fi and I.
Well, I do have Crave because
it's
'cause
probably
I-
on Crave
I
because
got the-
I have watched. I watched Stranger Wills that one.
because I got Disney Plus and
What's
Crave
beer? Is there alcohol in here?
$15.99. Yeah, so I have to watch the ads. I refuse to pay YouTube $12.99 and watch not to watch ads, but
I'm going to tell you guys right now. I have been paying for YouTube Premium for probably about 3 years now,
you lucky bastard! You can download.
and every time I accidentally watch a video or start playing a video on my Google accounts that don't have Prime or Premium, I lose my shit.
Because you got to watch 35.
Because I also have a program called Malware Bytes just to sort of protect me from accidental clicks. And it has, of course, the ad blocker. And so when you accidentally play a video, you'll see like maybe a second and a half of the ad, and then it will kick it. But then YouTube will fight back and try it again, and it gets kicked. So you see it like 3 times. You're like, "Hey, bye! Hey, bye! Hey, bye!" And then it kills it.
I have to shoot a video to you by Veritasium.
Which one?
The
The hacked one?
yeah.
Oh, I watched that today.
I don't know what made me think of this because this has absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about. But
Please direct us in a new direction.
okay, so do you guys remember, like in the '80s or maybe even the late '70s, when you go to the mall with your parents and they buy you a chocolate malt
Yes.
At the Bay.
at the Bay?
You got
At the Bay on the 3rd floor, which was right off of the
Okay.
rooftop parking lot.
So, do you guys remember? This is a very local thing for people who lived in Victoria, but Tillicum Mall, there used to be a place called the Little Drummer Boy.
Was that a restaurant on the outside, or was that in the middle by the escalator?
In the middle by the escalator.
So that's now the hot dog guys.
That's now the hot dog guys.
Oh,
So, okay,
that's
okay. So the hot dog guys, because I've spoken to the owner of the hot dog guys, and
He's awesome.
He's awesome. He hung out in this area the same time that we did, and he used to hang out at Tillicum Mall, and he remembered the Little Drummer Boy. And people have been asking him, it's like, well, can you bring back the chocolate malts? And he sort of like made his own sort of version of the chocolate malts. It was like a drinkable thing, but it wasn't quite the right thing. He tracked down somebody from the Little Drummer Boy who came and showed him how to make chocolate malts. So they're serving chocolate, like 1980s era chocolate malts at the
Free shout out to the hot dog guys because you guys are awesome.
guys, at Tillicum Mall right for a limited time, apparently.
Like right now?
Like right now.
Tomorrow.
we are going,
we're going
tomorrow.
Okay,
We have to go tomorrow.
They're $5 each, but holy shit, are they? In fact, I took a picture
Their
of
breakfast,
the one.
their breakfast sandwiches are the bomb because they have a little food cart. At
They
Langford.
feed you a bomb.
Yeah. Well, it's a bomb the day after. No.
I would like you to eat this bomb.
No, they have
And
a
then
food
go
cart.
through the plane terminal.
They have a food cart at Langford Station, and their breakfast sandwiches are awesome. Oh, dude,
Did you go there?
Yeah, I did.
That's on
that was a
one
couple
of the
weeks
little
ago.
that's on one of the little tables.
Okay,
in the
we have
middle
to
of
go. We have to
Telcom.
go tomorrow.
Fuck yeah!
So this
Oh.
is what it looks like.
Is there swearing allowed on this?
Oh,
Of course.
that looks amazing.
Keith, this place, when you come back to Victoria anytime, you're definitely going to have to go to Tillicum. It's right dead center where the escalators are, and the hot dog guys. They are absolutely amazing.
Okay.
And
I'll
they
have to
also,
try that out.
for a while now, I think there's 1 or 2 other places that got the rights, but for a while they were the only place in Victoria that had the actual Disney Dole Whip, like the rights to it.
Okay.
And then they do like a breakfast Dole Whip drink. It's basically like a breakfast pina colada, non-alcoholic. So it's pretty good. And then you put that with their bacon and egg breakfast sandwich. Yeah, it was good times.
That sounds delicious.
I've never had New York food truck hot dogs or whatnot, but the hot dog guys in Victoria are absolutely kicking it.
I had, when I was in New York a few years back, I made sure to stop to get one of those, the New York pretzels.
Oh,
I got one of the things just because I remember when I was there, I walked by one and I thought, oh, that's a thing, right? So I like, give me that thing. It was great. Highly recommend.
was this when you were walking around New York with Rachel?
No, with my friend John. 2022, last time I was there, and I met with him with Narvi, and we met at the big brass bowl. There was
Wall Street
a lineup
to get selfies.
to touch the balls of this stupid statue. So if you ever in New York, go and look at it. Don't touch it, but go and watch, because it's this brass bowl that's oxidized, except for its testicles.
I'm not authorized to mention where I work, but we have a statue that is brass, and there is a snout that is rubbed shiny and clean. And
Why can't you mention where you work? Is it like
I'm not authorized. I'm not PR staff.
He
But-
works for Victoria
Flower place,
Flowers.
but
It's a stall in City Hall.
but his reproductive location is rather polished off too.
it rhymes with Guchart
Yeah.
Gardens?
Yeah,
So the testicles on this bowl, are shiny. There's probably a few other shiny parts, but otherwise it's basically gross.
somebody needs to do a study on that.
Why people touch the balls in the fake
No,
bowl?
if there's a correlation to the health of the market and maybe the tarnish or shininess of the nuts.
I'm certainly convinced that's a thing.
Because if the market is good, maybe the economy is doing good, more people can travel, so more people can fulfill their little bucket list item of getting a selfie with a bull's nuts. Tourism's up.
So is the bowl.
Wow.
I mean,
How do we come back?
tourism to the States is down.
On
How's
that note,
Tourism to the States is down, so I can't imagine.
The Dow is at 5,000, and the bull's nuts are really shiny.
on that note, everybody, thank you all for watching. We will be back next week, as always, with more beer. Alan and I have already picked out the beer we're going to be having this week.
Ooh, what's that?
I can't tell you. I don't want to spoil it.
It's gotta be.
Come back next week to find out.
The beer you see us drinking is shocking. What's sad is that we
It's
made
just
that
fat tongue.
won't work. But anyway, thank you for watching. We are really grateful for people watching our ridiculous little show. But as always, drink good beer and tell people about the show. Spread the word. We need probably 40 more people to subscribe or follow the Facebook page. Is that right? So that we can live stream there directly.
Who cares?
Or who gives a shit? But let's just get out of here. Goodbye, everybody.